Hey all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly value, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey there, my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel. I'm your host, femininity coach, and author of the Crimson Cure, and this is my perspective. So I know y'all heard about the woman in Forest Park, got into an argument, was arguing with her boyfriend. They went to the gas station. They was arguing with some other people at the gas station, and then she just went crazy. She just went crazy in the van, in the minivan that her and her boyfriend arrived in. Hit the other cars, almost hit a couple people, drug her boyfriend who was trying to get in the car to actually stop her from doing what she was going to do. Then, not a few moments after coming out driving like a maniac out of the gas station, not even a half a block away, she turns and she hits another car, and the minivan that she's in flips over on its roof. She jumps out of the car that she was just in an accident with, not shaken, not stirred. A whole Terminator hyena. This is the Terminator version of the hyena. Unscathed, jumps out of the minivan and proceeds to laugh, ha, 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 ha. Like, I don't know what was funny or whatever. You're the one that just got into an accident. Now, normally, because this footage is coming from Inside Edition, or anytime my footage comes from an actual news channel, I try not to air the actual video and just let you hear the audio of it, but you got to actually see this one. So fair use for whatever that's worth, but I've got to actually show you the video. So there's commentary from the news person that's covering the story as the video is going on. So I'm just going to have to share the entire video. So here we go.
An argument between a couple led to this wild scene at a Chicago area gas station. Forest Park, Illinois police tell Inside Edition Digital 31-year-old Kendra Nance had been arguing with her boyfriend inside this truck when they pulled into a gas station because they were having car trouble. Some customers stepped in, and that's when Nance began yelling at them too. Someone threw something at Nance's truck. At that point, her boyfriend got out of the vehicle. That's when she hopped into the driver's seat and kept arguing with the other customers. Nance then drove her truck right into the vehicle of the person with whom she was arguing, dragging her boyfriend along the way, speeding off and flipping the truck over barely a block away. Damn! She got right out. Through all of this, Nance's boyfriend was still arguing at the gas station. Both tried running away. Cops caught up with them. The pair was taken to the hospital. Neither reported any injuries. Now they both have more than just minor car issues. Police arrested Nance. She was hit with several charges, including 2 counts of aggravated assault and not having a valid driver's license. For Inside Edition Digital, I'm Stephanie Officer.
Okay. So you saw that beautiful bean footage. This is why I named it Black Women Are Emotional Toddlers. I don't care what you was arguing about with your boyfriend. I don't know why that argument has something to do with other people. Now, this is right in Forest Park. That is Harlem and I believe Jackson. I know that intersection very well because it's right off 290. It's not too far from 290. So that's where they were. Western suburb of Chicago, immediate west. You arguing with your boyfriend about God knows what. You get into the gas station, y'all are still arguing, going at it like, cats and dogs. You probably said something or did something in your, so arguing with him or whatever. So you already got an attitude. So y'all are rude on y'all best day. So you already got an attitude. So somebody probably said something that was any other time would have been innocuous, nothing going on. Who knows? I heard one report say she was mad because somebody was laughing at her. It's probably laughing at your argument, laughing at you arguing. Y'all know how we do. You come in acting stupid, we liable to roast you and laugh at you. We will do that. Here in Chicago, we will do that. Now, we're not always trying to get you to hear us do that, but if you do, you might. So that's probably where that argument came from. The two other chicken heads that was in the gas station, all these chicken heads operate the same emotionally. So they're not going to be able to let it go if she says something to them, or they think she said something to them, or they might not have even been saying nothing to her, but she thought that they said something to her or about her or whatever. And that's an argument too. I ain't say nothing to you. Who you talking to? I ain't talking to you. Well, you better watch. I ain't better watch nothing. That kind of foolishness. He probably jumped in because even though I'm at odds with you, I'm going to stick up for you between you and somebody else. I've seen these scenes plenty of times. If you've been in the hood, you've seen these scenes play out 1,000 times. I know exactly what happened. But this is why I'm saying that Black women a lot of times have the emotional range and the emotional control of a toddler. Because it's toddlers that throw tantrums and they jump in the middle of the floor and they kick and they scream and they holler and they try to tell stuff and they try to hit and they try to do all kinds of things. And you actually have to constrain a toddler and then spank them after, because we're not doing the tantrums. And this is grown folk. So you're not jumping in the middle of the floor, kicking and screaming harmless like a 2-year-old. You're actually going to cause harm. So when these chicken heads, when these hyenas feel slighted or disrespected or feel like they need to be teaching somebody a lesson, or they get into an argument, they can't let nothing go. Nothing. They are not adults. They are physically grown, but mentally and emotionally, these females are about 2 years old. Emotionally 2, mentally like 14. This is a horrible mix. So you got the body of a 36-year-old. You got the mentality of a 14-year-old, and you have the emotional control of a 2-year-old. And we know 2-year-olds don't have emotional control. Now, do they? They don't discern and stuff like that when it's appropriate to cry or to beg or to do. You have to teach them that. Many times through some form of discipline. You have to teach a 2-year-old. We listen. When I take you somewhere and you want a toy and I say no, we're not gonna scream about whether or not I can get it. It's not even a discussion. I don't know. Maybe that's just the era I grew up in. It's not even a discussion. I don't have to explain to you why I'm not buying you that toy. Now, I may choose to explain that if you're old enough to understand what I'm saying. But whether I explain it or not, we're not going to cry and act a fool in this store, because then I'll act a fool in the store. You understand what I'm saying? That's how we grew up. And these hyenas don't have any better emotional control, because she's so enraptured in the chaos of the argument. Her boyfriend is trying to get in the driver's seat because she done jumped in the driver's seat because she about to do something stupid and he know it. She didn't even care about his well-being at all. She didn't care about nobody's well-being at that gas station. You could have hit one of the gas tanks, endangered everybody. You hit somebody else's vehicle. Now they got to deal with damage of a vehicle because you a wild hyena. Could have hit somebody. Your boyfriend could have sustained some serious injuries. The other person that you hit at that intersection because you driving off like you wow. You damaged their vehicle, could have killed somebody. You could have killed somebody acting like that. You could have killed a couple of people. That could have went way more left than it went. Way more left than it went. And these chicks do not think about none of that. You could have caused an entire catastrophe because you have the emotional control of a 2-year-old child. You don't know how to calm down. Can't nobody calm you down. Can't nobody de-escalate you. Can't nobody talk to you. Can't nobody reason. Can't nobody. You literally is a Terminator and literally jumped out of a car, a truck that she has turned over on its roof, y'all. And jumped out of the car, not even shaking. Anybody else, any other woman, let's break that down. Any other woman would have been so scared of having an accident like that, where my whole vehicle turned over, just would be stunned that it even happened. Certainly not getting out of the vehicle trying to taunt the people that you were just trying to run over. And you want somebody to treat you softly and talk to you nice. And love on you. When these are the things that you do and think that you be right and stand 10 toes down in the delusion that you were right. I bet you can't nobody pay her to say she was wrong for not a single thing she did. She would not apologize for it, I bet you. I'd do it again. That type of ridiculous, smug, entitled, foolish attitude that nobody should expect from an adult. Yet somehow Black women want to be given a pass for being emotionally children, but don't want nobody to call them children. This is why we say y'all children. You worse than kids. Because kids can be taught, at least children have to, that's their position. They have to be taught things in the hopes that once they're an adult, you don't have to teach them certain lessons anymore. Her boyfriend wasn't able to de-escalate her, especially if she calls herself was arguing with him first and mad at him. Nobody else on the scene would have been able to de-escalate. No stranger would have been able to talk her down. You literally can't be reasoned with and bargained with like a Terminator, like literally. And these are the women of the community. These are the women that gave birth to the teens that ravaged downtown. Do you understand what I'm saying? You understand the connections? These are the types of women that would raise the type of child that would go downtown and think it was okay to vandalize everything that they saw. Because this is where they're getting all of that emotional instability and inability to control or have any emotional discipline. Just wanted to touch base on that for a moment. With that being said, please go ahead and jump down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Please like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. I've only got about 1,100 or so subscribers to get to 100,000, and I would definitely appreciate anybody who listens and likes the content who have not yet subscribed to the channel. Please go ahead and hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell so that you can be notified whenever I drop new content. And with that being said, once again, jump down in the comment section. Tell me what you think. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you've not. I'm your host of Crimson Cure, and this was my perspective. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.